And so if you had to kind of fast forward to 2015 when you decided to write this book, well, how would you fast forward to that date? I mean, career in Hollywood, you know, or do we want to just fast forward and you can tell me why you really decided to write this book?
I had a friend who recommended I wait till I was 80, and I thought, dear God, my book would be so long at that point. I can't wait till I'm 80. But there was a woman on the plane when I came to America, and she told me I should write a book. She was sitting next to me, and I was telling her my story. And I told her she didn't know the half of it. And I've always kind of filmed things for posterity, you know, in my head. I talk in the book about finding a camera when I was really young. So as we're having this conversation now, part of me is across the room filming this just to file it away for later, and I'll study it and dissect it, roll it around. And it's something that I do, and I think that helped me when embarking on writing a book, to really have really solid memories and really very cinematic memories in a weird way. Like cinema and my brain kind of are so intermingled, I can't kind of separate them.
Okay. And it was a really difficult, painful process.
It was a beast.
You told me earlier, you described it. How did you describe it earlier?
I said it was like giving birth through a spiky birth canal. It was like,
It took 3 years.
It took 3 years to write, and I love words, and words mean so much to me, and reading is what saved me at many points in my life, and I talk about that in my book too. It's just how reading was something that was such a fundamental tool for survival, and also just the beauty of words and the impact of language. So I crafted my book very carefully, but the memories that you call up, and then the ghosts are sitting around with you, you know, you're talking about your dad, and it's not like, okay, I'm shutting my laptop and going to dinner. It's not like your ghost of a dad isn't sitting there at dinner going, you know, with you. And I didn't visit my father's grave for the 3 years I was writing the book. I was too angry with him. I was too angry with him, but once it came out, it was cool. We were good. I could go visit.
Why were you angry?
It was just rehashing a lot of, it was just, you know, I talk in there, like at one point I plotted to kill him.
Like for reals?
For reals.
Like when you were writing it or when you were a kid?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Yeah, okay.
And I used to sneak out and leave the door wide open in hopes that someone would come in and kill him for me.
You're not happy about the cults moving, his parenting, all of that stuff?
He was bipolar, unmedicated, and he was a wild human. He was a really unique, magical unicorn of a being, but also could be at times very abusive. And there was a point where the dark side eclipsed the light, and that was really difficult. He was an incredible artist. His work just was so psychedelic, and his mind, the way he saw things, fascinated me endlessly. A really, truly stellar human being, but I think what kept him from being a free human was that he was really locked in this role of being what a man was, that he couldn't ask for help, that he couldn't do these things, and it seemed like he was just trapped in this kind of suit that he never wore. That it was a suit not of his making, but he still wore the mantle of the suit, and he couldn't get out of it. He couldn't express himself. He couldn't say, I've messed up, or I need help with this. He could not do that. And I think that to me is the patriarchy. That's what I talk about when I talk about it. It's more like the invisible suit they stick you in, you know, how you get stolen as a man so young and told what you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to behave. It's so rigid, and it doesn't leave a lot of freedom for developing your creativity and who you are. And what if you're just a different kind of unique person? Who knows? You know, I just wish we had more of a reprieve.